Well, here we are, day 2 at Integrate, and of course the day would not be complete, or the visit wouldn't be complete, without visiting CMI and having a talk to them about some of their great products that they have. And of course NI, Native Instruments, is one of those, and we've got Josh from Native Instruments with us today. G'day Josh. Tony, Factory Sound TV.
Very good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again. Well, it was this time last year that Josh was taking us through Machine. It was Machine. So what can you tell us about what's new here today, Josh?
Well, what I'm here showing is Komplete 7. We've just announced Komplete 7 shortly ago, and this will be available in store in a mere matter of days. I think we're aiming for September 1st in your market. And Komplete 7 represents the next step for Komplete. Komplete is our big bundle of everything, all of our instruments and effects. Komplete 7 represents 24 different instruments and effects. So that's what I've got set up here, and just been kind of walking people through a few demos of everything that it has to offer. It adds this particular version adds a lot of stuff, particularly on the content side, sound libraries and total number of instrument libraries, things like that. So,
okay, could you run us through a couple of the extra benefits that 7 is bringing to the party?
Absolutely. Firstly, many people are familiar already with our instruments such as Contact, Massive, Guitar Rig. But what we've done is we've completely updated Reactor. First of all, we've gone to Reactor 5.5. It's a brand new version of Reactor. Tremendous update in terms of what it adds in terms of the usability. It's just a much easier to use GUI. It's easier to record your ideas on the fly, and it adds some new content. We have a new instrument called Laser Bass that runs inside Reactor, and it's great for things like dubstep and techno, anything that needs a really pointy kind of bass line. And also with Komplete 7, there are some instruments now for Reactor. We've got a brand new physical modeling synth called Prism, designed by our founder, Stefan Schmidt, that uses modal synthesis. And then we also have included some of the other content from Reactor that was only available separately, such as Reactor Spark is now available inside Reactor. You've also got a lot of content for Contact in Komplete 7. You've got some vintage organs, you've got 4 brand new piano sounds, you've got some electric keys, electric pianos, you've got a heavily sampled disco style bass, lots and lots of content. We've also improved Guitar Rig itself. You've got a convolution reverb, never before seen. It uses 0 latency, so normally convolution reverbs induce a little latency. This is super snappy. We've taken some of the effects from Tractor, our DJ software, and rolled it into Guitar Rig. So if you'd like to use Guitar Rig as a general effect platform now, you can certainly do that. There's a lot of stuff. I don't want to keep rattling all day with you guys.
Let's make some noise. Yeah.
It's hard to sum up in only a mere 30 seconds.
No, you've done a great job showing some of the differences there and the benefits of the new ones. So can we see and hear some
sure
examples?
Let's take a look at some of the new stuff inside Reactor. I think this makes a good introduction to what's new. First, let's take a look at Reactor Prism. This is one of the new synthesizers I was mentioning a moment ago, designed by our founder. And this is really good for physical modeling, for example, and kind of interesting soundscapes and textures. Hide my browser so you can see that in full view. Let's play a little bit out of this. Now you might notice that sounds a lot like a sample of a bell. That's actually pure synthesis. So one of the things that's great about Prism is it is really good at those physical modeling type sounds. I'll give you another example. Let's pop into the keys and mallets here. If I take this one called Polynesian, kind of sounds like a sort of combination between a vibraphone and a log. And that's all using some of the physical modeling inside Prism. Let's hear some of the soundscapes, because some of these are quite impressive. Down at the bottom here, all these individual lines, these are all the individual bands in the additive synthesis. So it's doing lots and lots of math on the fly to create a lot of these sort of interesting sounds. I'll play you one more here. Let's do, this is kind of a guitar physical model. really interesting synthesizer all the way around. This was designed to be tweaked in real time, by the way. Some of the sounds really come to life when you kind of do some hands-on tweaking. If I might show another instrument from Reactor briefly here, let's take a look at what I was mentioning earlier, laser bass. This one is great for dubstep type basses, anything that needs a really powerful, punchy sort of bass to it. And this one's called laser bass. This also is using a new technology to Reactor, which is some of the new additive synthesis components. This uses something called sine bank, which is lots and lots of individual sine waves that are all used together to get all the individual little partials and frequencies. So you can get a lot of interesting sounds out of this that you might not necessarily expect. This also is good for tweaking real time. We've given you some macro controls over here on the lower right-hand corner. The effect that has. You hear the effect that has in real time. You get some really kind of interesting sounds out of this instrument. For those people who are doing dubstep and they want the kind of classic wobbling sounds, definitely you'll get that out of this. You might notice it has a really kind of pointy sound to it. It doesn't sound muffled. All the sounds kind of really punch through. That's certainly no accident. So.
Well, Josh, once again, I think we can safely say the best run through that we've had at the entire show. Thank you very much, Josh. Well, once again, NI, they're leading the way, and well, let's go and see something else. Thank you.